Hi everyone, it's me, David, with High Performance Stoicism. Today I have an important question for you. It's a question that Epictetus uses in different contexts. It's a question you should ask when you are making a long-term decision. It's a question you should ask when you're entering a new situation. And it's a question you should ask when you're having a problem in life. Epictetus thinks that for something that we're dealing with, we should ask the question, what is its nature? What is the nature of a vase? I would ask, what is the nature of a coffee mug? So let's ask, what is its nature? And think about the outstanding properties that a coffee mug has. Right off the top of your head, you should recognize that the material out of which a coffee mug is made is breakable. It's brittle. Coffee mugs also have very wide openings. When you think about it, because it has a wide opening, your coffee mug at some point is likely to spill. And since it's made out of brittle material, if you drop it on a hard surface, it is definitely going to break. So by considering first what is its nature, you can figure out almost any eventuality this thing might have. And Epictetus famously or infamously applies this same thinking to human beings. Your spouse, your child. Since they are human, they are mortal, which implies at some point they will die. Where else does Epictetus use this? He also asks the question, what is its nature when going into a new situation? He gives the example of going to a Roman bathhouse. He says, in this kind of situation, there will be jostling, teasing, who knows what else, maybe even someone stealing your stuff. So before you go into the situation, think about what is the nature of the situation, and that will prepare you for such things if they should happen. I like the following example. Where do you think the most fistfights happen in society? What area of life? If you think about it for a minute, I think you'll agree they take place in bars. They take place in clubs. Some watering hole of one form or another is where most people break down into fights. So a lot of people like to go to a dive. If they're going to some joint, they get excited about this place is a real dive. So before you go in, say, we're going into a bar, and that's the kind of place where most fights take place. That way, once you go in, if a fight should happen, if someone gets in your face because they think you looked at them cross-eyed, if something is spilled on you because somebody is carrying on, then there will be no grounds for you to really rationally say, I can't believe this happened. In other words, before you go into the place, use your head and figure out what you're getting into. Another area Epictetus uses this thinking is with regard to undertakings, long-term projects in your life. Now, if you want to go to medical school, for example, if you're like most people, you're going to picture some beautiful situation where you're living with your significant other in a beautiful house. What kind of car are you driving? It's going to be something amazing. You're picturing yourself going on vacation, driving down the Pacific Coast Highway in a top-of-the-line Maserati with your honey. Now, that may come about if you do all the right things, but there are a couple steps you have to take before that. One of them is when you enter medical school, and it's a good school, you're going to be competing against people They were the top people in their schools in terms of their grades and also in terms of their studying. Many of them are going to be studying 10 hours, 12 hours, or more hours a day. And maybe you are really good with people, so you think, I'm going to have a great bedside manner, so I'll get a lot of patients. But you're also going to have to cut open some human bodies to find out where those organs really are. So take into account not just the things you would like to think about, but think about the nature of everything that's involved. Now, Epictetus uses the question, what is its nature, in these three areas. But I think that it's great to use this question, what is its nature, to almost anything you're dealing with, especially to get a good sense of its dimensions and what it can do for your life and what it can do in some ways against your life. And here's a good example. Relationships. Ask the question, what is its nature? Most people, when they rush into a romantic relationship, don't ask it. Why do I say that? Because if you think about it, the nature of a romantic relation requires two parties for the relationship to form, to make it official, and only one to dissolve it. All it takes is a unilateral decision. Now, if you're the one getting dumped, you might not like that feature of a relationship. But if you really think through your approach to this situation, there are other options out there where when two people enter the relationship, they have to take legal action to, either party has to take legal action to get out of it, but that is called a marriage, and you're not ready for that yet. So when you go into a relationship, you should say, this can be dissolved by the other person at any time, but the same goes for me. That way, if you get dumped in the relationship, it shouldn't come as a incredible surprise because you understand the nature of the thing you're dealing with. So I'd like to hear from you. Talk about some area of life where you think asking what is its nature would help people to better deal with it. I look forward to your comments. Like, subscribe, check out what I do below, and have a great day. It's up to you.